it's looking brighter. Hopefully it's better. Hello, Z's Pearl. Hello, Miss Abena. How are you? FW I don't know the username. What is the combination of the username? How are you doing? Hi, everyone. Come on in. Hello, Epic Movement. What's going on? What's the plan for the birthday coming up? That's going up in approximately 3 weeks from, 3 weeks from Thursday, right? I think so. Happy Tuesday, everyone. 3 weeks from Thursday. Wow. I thank God. I thank God. God has been faithful. God has been faithful. God has been faithful. Here, chapter 47, Here I Come. Hey, Miss Peggy, what's going on? If you are just joining us for the first time, let us know where you're joining us from. Let us know what city, what state, what country. So let us know. Welcome in. Okay, that's getting much better on Facebook and YouTube is for whatever reason. I think it's the camera on my laptop. I think it's the last one that gets. Can y'all tell that I have people in my? People are about trying to think I'm going to be working. Dare I say you and I both? Dare I say you and I both working? Because it's a Thursday, right? I'm usually at work on Thursdays. It is a Thursday, right? You're trying to schedule the day off. I mean, I can take the day off, but what will I be doing though? Well, now if I had a man, then that's different. So, but I ain't got one. Hello, Miss Peggy. So what would I mean, I'll probably go to work on my birthday, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a Thursday. Hello, Miss Endless Sanctuary. And then I probably would just because my kid, my dear TJ turns 15 on August 20 by God's grace. And so that's probably going to be my birthday celebration too. So yeah, we're working on this, man. Keep working on it. Keep working. Maybe y'all need to work on it because my therapist says I'm the problem. Yeah, I'm in therapy. Go figure. No, I see the Americanization. No, it's not Americanization. It's because it's just reality. I had to figure out what's wrong with what's wrong with me, and I'm figuring out a whole lot of stuff wrong with me. But what can I say? It is what it is. Hi, everyone. This is Attorney 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. If you are just, you just stumbled upon this live and like, okay, what are they talking about? Come on in. Let us know where you are joining from, what state, what city, what country. We actually have people join us from other countries. And so we are, by we, I mean myself and everyone who tunes in, we're a group of immigrants coming together on, let me put it, I think I didn't put this on. Hold on. I didn't put this on yet. There we go. Come together every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you. Every Tuesday and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone, and any other time zone I don't know. Y'all ask Siri, Alexa, Google, all of that good stuff. And we talk about all things immigration, encourage one another, pray for one another, motivate one another. Like I always said, there's a lot of hello, Miss Favor. Hello, Miss Favor. And I'm going to get to you in a little bit. There's a lot of negativity out there. And if anything, we just, this is a community that we come together. Hey, Mama, my mama's on. Adito 63. Y'all say hello. Y'all say hello to my mother. Come together to pray for one another, encourage one another, lift one another up. and leave the negativity out there. And we answer questions, talk about immigration issues. So tonight we are going to be doing questions. So come on in with your questions. I think we haven't done questions in a while, so I said, let's do questions tonight. So that's what we are doing tonight. And handling tackling your questions. So the way it works is put your questions in the comment section. Do not repeat your question. If you have your question written down more than one time, it's going to be skipped. So if you're wondering what your question has not been answered, that would be the reason why your question is not going to be answered. So please do not repeat your questions. You do not have to repeat the question. Just put it one time. I try to go through all the platforms and answer the questions. And if we have time, we'll do another circling around. So, but if your question is in more than one time, just saying that it's going to be skipped. That's just what it is. And so this is our own, our special moment where we come together Tuesdays, Thursdays. We can, if you need your immigration services, contact us at 334-341-4475. @𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, info@𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒂𝒏𝒕. We'll be glad to represent you. And talking of representation, I've got to say, y'all have to congratulate Miss Favor. Miss Favor's green card was approved today. We have had the pleasure and the privilege and honor of representing Miss Favor and her husband in their green card application. And the way God works, and we talk about God on this platform. So if you're not used to hearing about God, then this is not for you. No shame in my praise. It's, you hear about no shame in my game, no shame in my praise. That is it. That is the core of my existence. Now, it doesn't mean I ain't couldn't go to cuss you out in a heartbeat like that. I'm a mother's child. We cuss people out. But then we pray more. So if you don't want to hear about God, keep it moving. The best there is, book your consultation now. Thank you, Miss Favor. But this is how God works. When God decides to give you, and her name literally is Favor. When you talk about speaking, when you're speaking, declaring and decreeing and declaring into your life. Every time we call her, that's favor. And that's what I think I put a post last week that remember to rejoice with people in the time of when they're living in their answered prayers, so that when it's your time to live in your answered prayers, people will come together and God will show you favor. And really, pun intended on her name. But the biggest part of that is the greatest blessing is today is also her birthday. You can't make this up. You cannot make this out. Today is Miss Favor's birthday. God decided to give her one of the biggest birthday gifts ever and give her and have her green. So every single time she looks at her green card, it's going to have her birth date on it. So you can't possibly forget when you became a green card holder. You can't make it up. When you say whoever says there's no God, then you haven't heard stories like this. So Miss Favor, congratulations. Thank you for trusting us through the process. I think we started in November of last year. Thank you for trusting us through the process. We rejoice with you. It's been truly an honor to represent you. One of the best clients I've ever had. I'm not even kidding. And there's some clients who will drive you up the wall. So thorough. But very, very mild, very, very respectful. It was just truly a joy working with this woman and her husband. Truly a joy. It was, just a breeze. And Attorney Gosha, who also worked in her case, will tell you it was just truly. There's some people you work with, you just feel you're just refreshed. So we rejoice with you. Congratulations once more. All right, people. Let's talk immigration. Questions in the comment section. Please do not repeat your questions. And keep in mind, questions are going to have nothing specific to you. The responses are not going to be specific to your case. If you need anything more detailed, more specific to your particular case, then that's going to require a paid consultation. We offer 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, 140, 210, 265. And you can call us. Absolutely. You can call us at 334-341-4475. Same number on WhatsApp. You can send a text message and Lydia on WhatsApp. lady will be glad to give you the information that you need. Okay, so let me start. Let me start. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Ms. Natalie. Hello, Ms. Joanna, joining us from St. Kitts. Welcome, welcome. KGK, good evening. How are you? Kindly share. Yes, y'all listening to me, Sabina. She ain't playing with you. Kindly share. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, subscribe, share, like, follow at Olale Immigration on all platforms. Thank you for thanks for joining. Kindly like this channel and subscribe. We very much appreciate that. We go live every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. Do I need to add my newborn in my citizenship application even if I'm not filing for the baby? Good question. Yes, you do. Because the question on your N400 application is not asking you to list the kids that you're filing for. No, because in N400, you're not filing for any kid. It's just your application. It's not a green card application where you're, or VAW petition where you're putting in derivative beneficiaries. No, it's very clear what you're being asked to do. Y'all, let's call it spade a spade. Why do y'all always say it's lawyer? What do you more full call see citizenship application? Well, I send me annoyed because I omitted the kid's name, but I didn't intentionally do that. I just remembered someone who just retained me for the same thing. Let me write their name because I'm supposed to send them an email. But I wasn't trying to hide anything. No. Let's call it spade a spade. The question is very clear. Your kids. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it's actually asking you, is this a biological child or whatever? It's not asking if the child is filing for your deriving, no, it's asking you specifically about the child. That's it. So there is absolutely no reason why you should not list your child on your N400 application. It's not an optional question or a question with an optional answer. No, it is a requirement on the form. So yes, whether or not the child is a citizen or non-citizen, the question is you're required to list all your children on your N400 application as well as your other immigration applications that ask you to list your children. Okay, so I hope that answers that question. Hello, Miss Mary. Miss Mary, I sent you an email earlier on this evening. Oh, I know. That's true. Never got that. Okay, let me see. Someone's asking. Okay. Yeah, I sent you an email. I think it has the information that you need. Okay, yeah, I think it does. So the memo will email me. Okay, let's see. Miss Favor says, congratulations. Praying for a new beginning as you receive your green card. I rejoice with you and happy blessed birthday. Wow, what a beautiful testimony it is. It is. Hello, beautiful Miss Nelechi. How are you? Miss Mary says, congratulations to the newest green card holder. Miss Favor, I want to say congratulations to you on Facebook and YouTube, celebrating you. And as we celebrate with you, we're believing and trusting God that we will also celebrate with each and every one of us waiting on God's favor. No pun intended, actually. Good evening, blessings. Hey, Miss Natalie, how are you? Let's see. Disclaimer, all questions answered. General information, nothing specific to anyone's case. Kindly schedule a proper consultation to have your case evaluated. Yes. When will the USA relax the new single entry visa for future graduate students from Nigeria? What do you mean? When would they relax? You mean release? I don't understand your question, Em. I just put in my I'm assuming you mean you just sent in the response to the request for evidence for your medicals, and you're wondering how long it's going to take to get your green card for VAW. I can't answer that question. That's depending on USCIS and your field office and whether you're going to schedule for an interview. There's a whole lot that goes into that. No problem. Okay, so yeah, that's the answer to that. Let's go on TikTok. Hey, TikTok family. What's going on, people? Come on in and put your questions now. So we got questions tonight. So it is come in. Let me put it back on. Come on in with your questions. That's what we're doing tonight. So let's tackle those questions now. Because if you Walker teaches an amazing student. Thank you, thank you, Walker. Walker, you ready for school? Y'all ready to go back to school? Can y'all believe that my kid goes back to school next week? How did we go through June, July? It's how did 2 months go by? 2.5 months go by just like that? Like, where did it was just May. Now, and because I was thinking about like, oh, okay, got some time a little bit, but here we are. You ready for school, Walker? You ready to go back to school? What? Y'all starting 10th grade. Brown Stokes, good evening from Maryland. Thank you for joining. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Do you take clients out of state, and what are your requirements and prices? I don't have set fees. Everyone's case is different. Every case has to start with scheduling a paid consultation with us. And yes, we represent, when it comes to immigration cases, I represent immigration clients regardless of the state that you are a resident in. Okay, let's see. My son has CGs approved. He has an appointment. My son has CGs approved. There's going to appointment asylum. Or you mean a pending asylum? Can I risk? I'm not really sure I understand your question, but maybe you're asking me with the CGs, with an approved CGs, and a pending asylum, can he still be deported? Is that what you're asking? Lee Pentur? If that's your question, because now they've gotten rid of deferred action. Deferred action is what normally would protect CGs petitioners who have pending CGs petitioner who have pending who are not, whose priority date is not current, and so they're not able to apply for green cards yet. The deferred action is what protected them and guaranteed that they would not be placed in deportation proceedings, removal proceedings. But now with this administration canceling deferred action, that means that they don't have that protection anymore. So that means that even with an approved special immigrant juvenile status petition, I-360 petition, if the person doesn't have a pending green card application, or even the priority date is not current, they're no longer going to be protected under the deferred action. So is it possible? It's not like they're going to deport the person, but is it possible to place them in removal proceedings? Yes. Short answer is yes. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, good evening. No lawyer wants to take my case. What did you do? I'm just asking. So like, is 601 waiver still available, advisable now? You mean 601A? Because 601 is you're always going to need 601 depending on the grant of inadmissibilities. I'm assuming you mean 601A, which is the unlawful presence, provisional waiver for unlawful presence. I mean, if you don't have any other choice, you would have to. Hey, Miss Mackie, how are you? I just got married in June. Should I apply for the marriage visa or fiancé visa? If you just got married in June, you don't qualify for fiancé visa anymore. That's why it's called the fiancé visa, meaning you're about to get married. If you got married, you don't qualify for that anymore. Please don't repeat your questions because it would be ignored. Yes. Let's see. Let me see. Thank you, Ms. Mikey. Yeah, some questions I don't. It's just there's no point giving life to them. So I saw the questions, just ignore it because you get to a stage in life that there's some things you just listen. We just ask God for wisdom, and so some things you just pretend like you didn't see it. And just move on. It's just a whole lot. I'm doing well, thank you. What is the impact of annulment or of ATL on a green card process, and what is the next line of action? There's no way I can know what the next line of action is without actually sitting down with you to figure out why you're going through an annulment. But generally, an annulment when it comes to, so say for instance, now there are some situations where an annulment will not jeopardize your green card process. And that's in the case where you file your VA petition before the annulment is done, or you file an I-751 abuse waiver petition before the annulment is completed. But in a regular marriage case, for instance, if an annulment happens, the impact of the effect of an annulment on a pending green card application is that the marriage never occurred. So if the marriage never, annulment basically means annulment puts you back to the position you were in before you got married. And so basically it's like the marriage never occurred. And so if the marriage never occurred, that means you never had a qualified relationship. And you've never had a qualified relationship, you don't have a basis for a green card. But there are exceptions, situations where you're exempted from having that nullity effect on your green card process. An example would be someone who's got a pending VA. So it gets deeper than just what's the next line of action. The next line of action is for you to sit down with the lawyers, figure out what your next line of action is going to be based on your case. Can a 73-year-old that can speak or write English that years in the state get citizenship? You're going to have, in that case, you don't qualify for the exemption of not taking any English test or whatever, based on the number of years you've been here. But the person can also go get evaluated by a physician and see if they will qualify for a medical exemption. Okay. All right. So that's that. I'll get to Instagram just 1 second, people. Okay. Thank you, Miss Ella. I just saw this blouse in my closet. You know how you wake up each day? Men don't understand this. Maybe some men do. Ladies, you know how you wake up some days and you're like, well, not some days, almost every day. You're like, I have absolutely nothing to wear in this closet, right? So my kid heard me this morning. And he goes, what? I go, yeah, I mean, I have nothing to wear in my closet. He goes, how about this? How about this? I'm like, no, listen. See, that's the thing. If you have sons, they don't get it. If you have daughters, they can understand. Sons have no clue. Hello, finest Jenny. Sons have no clue about when a woman says, I don't have anything in my closet to wear. It doesn't mean, I'm sorry, exactly. Now, I have 2 closets, and they're full of clothes. But it still happens where you have nothing to wear. And then he pulled out this stuff and he goes, this still has a tag on it. He goes, Mommy, this still has a tag on it. And like, well, truth be told, I'm like, you know what? Let's see. So that's the story. Because I usually am in black. And when I say I don't have anything to wear, it's because I can't find anything black. But thank you. I guess I did have something to wear. So, no kids together with spouse, mistakenly leave spouses, kids, U.S. citizens on. What is the right way to correct this, please? So I'm assuming that because you did that, they now put their names on your prima facie determination. If not, it would not become. You can always claim. I mean, I won't worry about that. It's not a big deal unless their names were listed as if they are your derivative beneficiaries. And so, if that's the case, then you want to contact your CI's VA office and correct that. But if it's not where the names were listed, then you can just write the letter to clarify that. I'm assuming you don't have a lawyer, because if you have a lawyer, then your lawyer can do that for you. But it shouldn't make any difference as long as because normally there's a part where you would ask where they were born or something along those lines. I can't remember off the top of my head now. But look in your form. If it says that, then it won't be something that they will put it. But you can clarify that later on, or just inform them while your case is pending. Got my citizenship in 4 months and want to file. Congratulations, and want to file. And another thing, yes, talking of citizenship, we had another client who became a citizen, whose citizenship application was approved today. Mr. Michael, if you are on, we also celebrate with you. He had a pending I-751 that had been pending for since Jesus first came. And he came to our firm and was like, okay, how can I get this moving? I was like, listen, you're probably not going to get him moving until you file for citizenship. Calculated, it was like, okay, he is actually eligible for citizenship. Put in the citizenship application. When did we file? We filed it. Some field offices are taking a while. I think it was filed sometime. Let me see. I can click it real quick. I was talking to a client today, well, a potential client, and they were telling us, I was asking them, like, okay, so can you tell things that you should know when you have a case that's been filed? And they couldn't answer the question. And I was like, do you not know, did your lawyer not provide you with a copy of your, like, no, I don't have a copy of my, I'm like, it's foreign to me, because for me, you should have a copy of your file. So we filed it in October of last year. So it took a while. And this was in Atlanta. I'm trying to see which one this was in. I think it's Wisconsin. Anyway, well, congratulations to Mr. Michael, who's N400 was approved today. So we'll rejoice with you. In spite of the craziness that is going, hey, Sister Lawyer, yeah, that would be my child. That would be my child. 𝒕𝒏. If you ever wonder what does TJ stand for, it's 𝒕𝒏. Yeah, of course, that's my child. Let kids get on social media. But anyway, congratulations, Mr. Michael. We rejoice with you. We celebrate you, and we thank God for acceleration in your life. So, in spite of the craziness that's still going on, USCIS, they're still working. They're still doing things. God is still moving. God is still in the business of miracles. So just keep believing. Okay. I want to file for my kids under 14 years who are in the state. What documents do I need to file for them? You can set up a consultation to discuss that, or you can go on uscis.gov, and there's a courtesy checklist that you can use on USCI's website. Okay. Hello, Ms. Dalazuboso. How are you? I referred someone to you from San Antonio. Yes, you did. Thank you very much, Mr. Shidu. Very much. Actually, we just sent his case out last week. We just sent it to US. That was an hour. We just sent his case out last week. So thank you for the referral. Very much appreciated. Like your enlightenment. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Let's go to how can I contact you to help with my kids? I want 30K submitted. 334-341-4475. That's our phone number. Sorry if you covered the. Hello, Miss Professor. How are you? Hello, Miss Walters. How are you doing? It's been a while. Any update on your end? Hello, Z's Pearl. Let's see. What do you want as a birthday gift? I'll send somebody today. I'm not kidding you. Post-it note. You think I'm crazy? I'm serious. Post-it note. I use post-it note like I drink water. Is it advisable to travel? Anything about travel, I don't quite answer those questions unless you're a client of mine. If not, ask your attorney or sit down with one to make sure you can travel without any issues. Let's see. If I wasn't single, I would have. All this epic movements. I think you and I have. I'm sure the same birthday. That we may be the problem. The problem we may actually be, like my therapist says, I've got some issues, and that's tell me something I don't know. But listen, the right person will come at the right time. Or can be right at the time. It was fine. So welcome everyone to the most positive immigration space on social platforms, safest space to celebrate immigration victories and ask questions about new policies with this lady right here. Hello, Ms. Fumbi. How are you? Is it advisable to change from F1 to H1B when AOS is under review after getting a job, or should I wait till the approval of my green card? As long as there are no red flags as long as it's still something you can do. If you're not for certain, then sit down with the lawyers to just make sure there's nothing that's going to. But as long as you're eligible, there hasn't been any violation of your F1 status. You have the job. Obviously, you must have a job that offers. So I'm guessing you had a registration that was selected, and looking forward to starting in October. So as long as there's nothing that is going to prevent you from being eligible for the H1 change of status, I don't see why not. But and if anything, H1B is a dual intent visa in the sense of even if you've got an immigrant intent, it doesn't change you. It doesn't prevent you from changing to the H1B because it's a dual intent visa that allows you to actually have a non-immigrant intent and an immigrant intent. So, but if you're not for certain, then sit down with a lawyer. I'm so happy for you, Miss Favor. You have no idea. You have no idea. Miss Favor, that doesn't like it. Doesn't hit me. Maybe that's why I like you. You're a Leo baby. People always think that you have, those of us born between July 23rd and August 23rd, people think we're just like stuck up people, like domineering and just control humans and all. Now, do we have some control issues? Yes, we do. Do we have some OCD issues? Yes, we do. But people born between that time frame are probably one of the most sensitive, most compassionate people you're ever going to meet. I'm telling you. I'm not. I know my. Nah, we crazy. Yes, we are. Well, we're crazy. We're not crazy with that. You have to do something to make us crazy. But for the most part, we are calm, good people, really good people. See why it's good to give good name. Absolutely. When God's favor. Listen. What is favor in Yoruba language? Yanu is wonder, right? Yanu is wonder, like Yanu is wonder. What is miracle in Yoruba language? It's not favor is I think that's ibukun, right? Somebody can help me out. Favor has to be ibukun lua, God's favor. I think if I don't get this one, then the air can denounce me as a Yoruba woman. I'm just denouncing, like, go to your Delta people. I'm telling you. Yeah. Imagine having to look at your green card every single time and it has your birth date on it. And I remember there was another client of mine too that had their green card was approved on their birthday. God is still in the business of miracles. God is still faithful. Lua has favor. You are top. Yes. Everybody say, and congratulations, Miss Favor. We celebrate you. It truly is a celebration, and there's more celebration to come. My son filed for me immigration visa. I got immigrant visa. So when I come to America, what is the next step? When you come to the United States, you will get your stamp in. It will be valid. So your stamp is going to be proof of your residency status. And when you come in, you pay your immigrant fee to USCIS to mail you your green card to the address you have on file, and you get your green card. So that's the next step. Apply for your social security number and all that good stuff. Hello, Mr. Kelvin. How are you? Thank you so much for all the advice. I went to interview today and my green card was approved. Congratulations, trendy, affordable couture. Congratulations. That is what we love to hear. That is, listen, that's what this space is for us to share testimonies, to share God's goodness and his mercy, to share his favor. I keep saying favor, but that's the truth. So congratulations. There's nothing like the feeling is indescribable sometimes. So we rejoice with you today. What's today's day? Today's a great day, July 29th. I've gone school supply shopping already yesterday. See, the one thing I always try to do for myself, because I hate school supply shopping. Emphasis, and I hate is a strong word. I can't stand it. So what I decided to do a couple years ago was to buy things in surplus, so that because I know, because now I only shop for one kid. My oldest is going to be a junior in college. Can't believe time goes by. So he does his own shopping. So it's just TJ. So what I started doing when SJ actually started college was I started shopping for buying more additional, like I buy extra stuff, extra folders, extra pencils and all that, so that I don't have to do that crazy rush when school starts. So right now I don't have to do school supplies shopping because I just cannot stand it. So when everyone is in school, then I take my time to say, okay, what am I running low on? Then I restock. And so when he needs things along the line, then he can get it. Works for me. I just can't do that. I just can't. I refuse to. Just refuse. You're right. Someone just put back just like that. Hello, finest Shandy. Hello, hello, hello. Would I be able to get married again after? Will I be able to get married again after pass away or get a divorce? What do you mean? If who you killing? Don't kill anybody yet, but I'm not sure what your question is really. Will I be able to get married after my wife passes? You want to? What kind of question is that? I can understand a divorce. Why can't you get married again? But you're planning for somebody to pass away. So those on deferments are no longer protective. I find it Shandy. Yes, there are lawsuits in court on this issue, but they actually have canceled deferred action for CJ's petitioners. Yes, there's just too much going on with this administration. So yeah. Let's see. It's not because you don't have clothes, it's just because you can't figure out at that time due to having to. I don't even know what it is, but sometimes you just feel like I have nothing to wear. And then you have a child like TJ that tells you, "What? How does that even make sense?" Like, oh, okay. That's how I always have my leggings and tank tops or summer jacket. Listen, I could leave it. People, because my mom will tell you, I used to be a tomboy when growing up. People say like, it's like, no, I used to be a tomboy growing up. Like I looked like my older brother. The only difference is they just had, a pair of stud earrings in my ear. But I had the same haircut with him. Well, I wore the same darn thing with him because life was just a lot easier that way. I still had those tomboyish tendencies. So I can live in tank tops and baggy pants all summer if you let me. Like if you let me wear that to court, I will. I just can't. So like I just I don't. It's what it is. If I really understood. T-Joe. Okay, so all right. Thank you, Mr. Sanctuary. Kindness. Okay, there we go. That's information. Good evening. Check the link. Thank you, Minus Shandy. My people got you right there. Okay, when EOR transferred an EOR 29 form to another EORCS, what insight can be deducted from this case was earlier appealed to? Yeah, EOR didn't transfer anything. EOR is the BI is the one that transferred it back to USCI. So without knowing anything about your case, it may just be that your case was remanded back to USCI, but I can't speak to something I have no information about. Little babies are definitely compassionate for sure, but leave them with their strong will. You can't take it away from them. You got that right. My mom used to tell me that. My mom says she would say, because she thinks I can be very rigid sometimes. Miss Favor and Epic Movements. Do your family members tell you like you're too rigid? Miss Alex Sanctuary, is that my baby, my sweet baby Anita, she's very strong-willed. But we're not rigid, it's just I'm very assertive as a human, as a person. That's my personality, and I don't bulge easy. It takes me a while to make up my mind. I'm not indecisive. It takes me a while to make up my mind as far as when it has to do with somebody else. So if I'm trying to decide if I'm trying to make a decision that has to do with someone, and I'm going to give you some slack, But once I make up my mind, you gotta get Jesus down. You're gonna have to go to heaven and bring Jesus and say, "Hey, can you talk to this girl?" Um, so I don't think I think it's more. I don't know. I knew it's mercy. Favor is ojuru. Are you sure? So what is a bukun olua then? What is a bukun? What is I knew it's mercy. Oriofe is grace. That much I know. Ojuru. How's that favor? I'm not sure. Junior, yeah, he is. He's going to be a junior, third year, just like that. I can't pray for the wife to pass me. That kind of question. Like, are you praying for her to pass? Even the wife too will be praying. No comment. She doesn't bow. She stands by what she will. They say I'm very calm, but once I decide something, that's it. That's exactly what I was trying to describe. Yeah. Listen, I ain't gonna argue with you because I already do that for a living. Once I make up my mind, that's when my mom says I'm very rigid. We ain't it's not gonna we're not changing anything. You're just gonna have to talk to Jesus at that point. You're just gonna have to talk to Jesus because we've already discussed that whole issue before. So when we get to decision making, that's it. It's a wrap. Don't even but because then you're going to piss me off. It's sickening. Deal with it. I don't think favor is Anu. I think favor is Anu is only answer what was asked. Thank you, trendy affordable. Say that again. Thank you, Caesar. I listened to your advice and only answered what was asked. Just answer. Thank you. Just answer what you're asked. And okay, our Africans and Caribbeans, Aman Rojo, we can talk till Jesus comes back and explain. Answer just the question they ask you. Don't volunteer information and see how easy your life can be. And I have a few news as cousins to get just like that. Deal with it. No, Anu is mercy. That's I know Lua mercy. That's mercy. That much that one I know. Even if me go in. So much shall I'm telling you, just answer questions that he ask you. I know is mercy. Oriofe is grace. I think favor is Ibuku's. Oh, Ibuku's blessing. Okay. Blessing of God. Okay, I think you're right. Then what the heck is favor in Yoruba language? Is my mom on? I don't know. Congrats on who got approved today, as well as you. We celebrate you, trendy, affordable couture. God is faithful. God is faithful. We pray for God's favor and mercy upon each and everyone. I knew it's mercy exactly. Ibukun's blessing. So what is nobody knows favor in Yoruba language? Oh well, it's something. Ojure. Okay, so I guess that person was right. Ojure. I've just never heard anyone's name like that. I think I don't know if my mom is still on, but she would know it. Okay. Let's see. Oriafe is grace. Oriafe. Ojure. Okay, Miss Mary says Ojure. Oh, I guess that's it. Their names weren't listed on the prima facie. Okay, that's fine. Then I won't worry about that. No, thank you. Okay, Kisiana, they're the same person on Instagram, so I've just answered your question. Let's see. Good. It's Alan Gal. Oh, my Instagram is not loading. Okay, I had to come over here to tell you a huge thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for still showing up in spite of not having your number account. I really do appreciate it. I don't take it for granted. It blessed. Okay. Been following you for 4 years. Thank you. And based on your advice, I did my I-751, and today I was sworn in as a citizen. Oh my God. It might be the end of my immigration journey, but I will still be here. Y'all are just going to be mushy, making me very mushy today. Tammy, thank you. 4 years. Have I been doing this for 4 years? Like for real? Are you serious? It doesn't feel like it. But today's a great day. July 29, 2025. It is a blessed day. We bless God for today. Miss Favor has brought favor for everyone. So we celebrate you, Tammy. We celebrate you. We celebrate you and sworn in as a citizen. Nothing, no feeling like it. So welcome to the Citizen Club. God's grace and wishing you the very best of what God has ahead for you. Hooray, it's grace. Yes. Okay. Hello, Mr. Gabriel. Hooray is favor. It can be favor too. Okay. Listen. 10 months post interview, no response. I even changed address, but they never made the change. My case was about divorce, decree, not authentic. So what's your question? Alrighty, let's see. Congratulations, everyone that has a testimony. That's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What's the time? 9:19. Processing times for us, or how long do you think it would take? You go on uscis.gov/processing time to be able to figure out how long your fiancé visa petition would take. Okay. All right. So I think that was your question. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Ms. Mackie. Ojure. Okay. Everybody says Ojure. All right, then. I just have never heard someone's name in Yoruba language translate to favor as Ojure. I guess so. Any chance to review my statement regarding my termination or any referral, please? What do you mean regarding you review your statement regarding your termination? I have no clue what you're talking about. Okay, let's see. All right, so I think I answered those questions. How long is valid? Taking 42.5 months. I know that, but you can wait to have an idea. That it's going to be the S. It's going to be same place. So anyone's case. It's a long, it's a wide average of how long it can take. I've seen cases be approved in less than 2 months, and I've seen cases take up to 12 months, sometimes 15 months. So that's why your best source is to go there. And if it says 9 months, then you just have to wait. I can tell you what, because I have different time frames for different cases as well. Okay. All right. Let's see. Come along with this partner. So my consultation email today when I was cleaning. When was it? What day was it, Miss Sanctuary? Are you serious? Is it compulsory or important to wait for like 6 months after marriage before your wife filed for you? No. A lot of people already say that, but it just depends. Everyone's case is different. Everyone's case. I remember Mr. and Mrs. I that I represented. They got there. I think it was on the 4 months. It was really fast, but they were told to wait. They went to another attorney, and it's case specific. Like, okay, because they're married before, because you know how we come here, we get divorced, somebody marries, and we come back. I'm like, I already came to love one. But anyway, and the remarry, I'm like, okay, do we have to? What are we waiting for? What's going to happen? What's going to change? What's going to change? That's a lot to remarry. Okay. And she has a green card today. So it just depends on each person's case. October 2028, 2021. Almost 4 years. Wow. Oh, wow. God is faithful. It feels like yesterday I started. Do you know anything about TVs? I don't do TVs. I know about it. I just don't do it. I think I started following all my shows from February 2000. Oh, okay. So you actually found me before the live show, I guess? Okay, let's see. I've known you on this platform for that much since 2021. Oh, wow. Find it, Sandy. Because November will make it 4 years since you took up representing me. I think my hair was less gray then, right? So, I would think so. All right, let's see. Ojure. Okay. Just never heard anyone about that name. Okay. All right. I think we've got I sent referral even for my sins. Yes, you have been. Finance Sandy, yes. That much I can attest to that. used to do live shows Saturday mornings at some point. This is true. Tell me how much time travel document is taking. USCIS.gov/processing time. That is true. We've evolved. You live and learn. Okay. Um, what's the best way to file in 400 online or paper? I don't file online. I love paper. I just like the old school paper filing. Online filing, it allows you to, well, you can pay less in your filing fee, and you get your receipt notice instantaneously. I just like I'm an assembled package kind of attorney, where I love to see what it is that I have put together in a single file. You can't do that online because you got to upload. So for me, that's just me. Unless we need to file like a nice 876 work authorization real quick for somebody or something like that. Other than that, I just don't care for it. What can I do? I-45 case outside of normal person time, married to LPR, priority date March. Your if your priority date is still March 2023, it may not just be about the priority date. It may be, additional background checks in your case. And also, without knowing your history, I really can't tell you this is the best route to take. But if you think it's outside of a present time, you can contact your senator for a congressional assistance request. Call USCIS. If all of that fails, as long as you've done every other thing before then, you can always file a lawsuit. But before you get to a lawsuit, make sure you've taken other alternatives to be able to get updates on your status. Okay, let's see. Oh, you don't know how much you have impacted me, and I pray God's grace continue to surround you and keep you. You have a purpose, and God is really using you. Y'all just want to make me cry today. I think that's the plan. But thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Jonathan Monday, you just asked the same question on Instagram, and I just responded. Tammy, thank you very, very much. 10 months post interview, no response. Okay, so I already answered that question. How long for my wife to come from Lebanon? It's been 1 year already since waiting for an interview. It just depends on when they're going to schedule the interview. I greet you lawfully. A friend recently got denied on I-45. What would be the best approach to a denial she's yet to receive? Tell your friend to sit down with a lawyer to figure out why it was denied and what the options are. I actually asked you about a pretty bright red lipstick you used to wear, and you replied, and I started following you. Really? Yeah, the shades of red has changed over the years. Don't even know what shade I'm wearing tonight. Oh, no, I know. This is, it's become my new favorite. So most of my lip color or lipstick is from the Lip Bar line. Love the Lip Bar. Love it. I don't even know, there's no shade of burgundy or wine or red or bright red that I don't have in that line. But they just came out with this Mastermind. It's like brownish red, as you can see. It's like the kind of nutty kind of red when you know you're up to no good. Yeah. So, but oh wow, I needed your advice. You're very welcome. We're so happy for you, Tammy. Thank you for the support, and I'm grateful and truly honored that information and has helped you get to where you are. And we thank God. It's been God's grace and God's grace alone. It's just purely God's grace. Because the truth of the matter is, especially now, it's frustrating, and that's just the truth. Even as an attorney practicing immigration, people are going through it, but you imagine what one has to deal with, and as an attorney that has to deal with multiple cases, different case types. The goal of this admin is to frustrate us as much as they can, deny cases that don't have any justification to be denied. I just remembered someone's case too. Miss Falasha, if you're hearing me, I haven't forgotten. I just have so much to get to. I having to fight battles upon battles, and someone just sent me a case that they said it wasn't timely filed, it wasn't within 33 days. Meanwhile, the calculation, we still had 1 day left. it's a lot of craziness. But then I have to remind myself that that is the goal. The goal of the enemy is to try to destabilize you and to make you confused and to make you aggravated so that you can lose your focus on what your God has, put in front of you. And so I just keep intentionally um, redirecting focus and making sure that in spite of, we're still going to have, God is still going to give us reasons to celebrate and to rejoice and to testify to his glory. We would always have reasons to testify to the glory of God, even in situations that look so gloomy and on almost impossible. There will be testimonies so that God's name alone will be glorified. What is the best time to contact a lawyer after marriage? When ready to file or ahead of time? To lawyer can give list of things to be prepared and when to file after marriage. I would say that am I losing you on what's going on TikTok? I would say that you want to consult with a lawyer first before you file. If some people will tell you, or the street lawyers will tell you, well, you don't need a lawyer, especially if you've never filed before. There's nothing a lawyer wants to do for you, yada yada yada. But it's up to you. What is wrong with this stuff? Okay, looks like I may be losing you on TikTok. If you lose me on TikTok, I'm not sure what's going on. Can y'all still hear me on TikTok? I have no clue what is going on TikTok. And someone let me know if you can still hear me on TikTok. But anyway, so I usually would say, I can see that it's still moving, but consult with one. Okay, perfect. I just don't know what happened. Consult with one before you start, just so you know. And for instance, hopefully you don't have any divorce decree issues. So, because you can't fix a divorce decree issue after you filed. Usually what you would have to do, you're starting all over again. So no, I don't authenticate documents like I said, but I've seen so many to tell you, you know what, learning from experience, this is going to become an issue. You just want to make sure that you're doing yourself good before you start. It's better safe than sorry, as they say. Okay. All right, thank God for your purpose in this part of profession. Your blessing to us in this life, moment at large. God bless you now. Thank you. Thank you for all the support. All right, people. So I think we are out of time. How are you today? I am doing well. How are you yourself? Thank God for the gifts of you in this life on this watch. Thank you. Y'all just want to make me cry today. I ain't doing it. It actually drew me to continue watching the video that day. Was one song that actually, because I was like, who is this Jesus baby? As my mom would say, oh, logo me jujitsu. More logo me jujitsu. Yeah. I got no other power source besides God, besides Jesus. And that's all the power and the ogun you need. That's the ultimate ogun that you need. But as we celebrate with Miss Favor, as we celebrate with Miss Tammy, as we celebrate with Mr. Michael and Trendy Couture, today, July 29th, we stand in the gap on behalf of, as through Christ to God, praying and trusting and believing that even for those who are still waiting on God for that breakthrough, waiting on God for that touch, that ease, that anointing of ease on their cases that's been taking months, years, not knowing how it's going to be resolved. I'll give you a testimony of someone. So just real quick, there's a lady that got her VAW case was denied. She came to my firm and I could not take on her case, but I had to referred her to someone that I mentored myself. And so he took on her case, filed an appeal on her case as God would have it. And I remember vividly that day with her, Miss A. I prayed and I said, I don't know how God is going to do it, but we're going to agree in faith, because she's got two kids that are now over the age of 21. One is in college. It was a lot riding on that. And that was all she had. And so it was a divorce decree issue. So we agree in faith that God is going to come through. When I tell you that miraculously the AAO actually granted their appeal, remanded it back to the VAL office. VAL office reopened the case. Not only you would think, okay, reopen and approve the case. No, they sent her a request for evidence and say, hey, we still don't accept this document that you sent to the AAO. Yada yada yada. She came back to me. I said, hey, this lawyer's already taken on your case, so we're going to stick with him. But based on what he's doing so far, you're on track to get this approved and all that. Not even, I don't think it was a month after that. This is God in motion, and this is the same God that he remains God yesterday, today, and forever. The same office that sent her an RFE under this administration, saying that we still don't accept this new divorce document to sent her an approval of her VAWA petition. This is when the RFE was still pending a response. They sent her an RFE saying we still don't accept this. While she was waiting, she had not responded. They had not responded, she and the lawyer. They approved her case without a response to the RFE. That's God in motion. That's God in motion. Then she reached back to me and she goes, "Sister Lawyer, what do I just like? What do you mean? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? No, you say thank you, Jesus." She goes, "What if they come back and say, no. They can't come back and undo what God has completed." Hear me loud and clear. Nobody can undo what God has completed, cannot be undone. And she's like, do I still need to send the RFE response? No. Not only did they approve her VAWA petition, they sent her the C31 EAD that you get when your VAWA case is approved. End of story. Transfer your I-485 to the NBC. That's God. That's God. Like I always say, that I'd rather serve him until the end and find out there's no God, but I haven't wasted time, than not to serve him and find out there's God and waste my entire life. So the same God that has done that for people, still the same God, in spite of who may be in power on this side of heaven, he is able to do exceedingly abundantly above and beyond what we can ever ask or think. So God will continue to do that which we believe for each and every one of us. And just trust and believe and pray. As we celebrate with other people, our own time is coming for celebration. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.